It's October, and you know what that means. It's Halloween. I love the season of Halloween. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays that come around. I love taking my kids out trick-or-treating. Hell, I used to go trick-or-treating with me and my friends and also. But the one cool thing I used to love about Halloween is the horror movies. Yes, you can always count on those cable networks, AMC or IFC, playing marathons of horror movies. We get the jump scares, we get the gore, we get the crazy deranged killer coming after you, we get all types of paranormal and kind of frightening stuff. And let me tell you something, I love horror movies. And you know what the thing is? I love horror movies, but I get scared, and I think that's what I love about it. But there's a couple of horror movies, or I would say series, that really are like my love. And one of my favorite horror movie franchises of all time is Halloween. Halloween, which started back in 1978, is my favorite horror franchise, and that's the top of the list. I am a huge fan of Michael Myers. I don't know if y'all cannot tell. Michael Myers is also known as like the king of the slasher movies. Now, here's the thing. I know we got some slasher movies before Michael Myers. I mean, come on, we got Psycho, we got Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we got Black Christmas, etc. We've had those early slasher movies in the early 70s, but by the time 1978 came around, those were just like kind of like slasher movies that just like, I guess I want to say mindless slasher movies, if I want to say that. Studio executive Irwin Yablans had this idea of a new horror movie where it would be babysitters being hunted by this crazy psychopathic killer.
And it occurred to me that if we did a movie about babysitters, it would work because everybody had either been a babysitter or been a baby. And also I thought it would be something that would lend itself to kids in jeopardy.
Now, with that being said, the original title was going to be The Babysitter Killers. But after he teased with the name a little bit, he found out
the word Halloween, and as much as we could research, not only had not been used, but even the word had not been used as part of another title in the history of the movie business. Now that's an interesting thing.
Then he went out and found the director that he wanted in John Carpenter. And John Carpenter said that he would do it because he needed the money, but also if he would get full creative control and be able to put his name at the top of the title card. Kind of like Tyler Perry. This movie was revolutionary, and there is no Freddy Krueger and there is no Jason Voorhees without Michael Myers. Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street does not happen without the big kahuna known as Michael Myers. Whatever you see in slasher movies that have come after Halloween, Halloween was the blueprint for those slasher movies. When it came to the girls in distress, and tripping and falling and screaming and can't get out the locked door, stuff like that. Those are the kinds of, as we call them, horror tropes. They all started from Halloween. So Halloween, like I said, we had slashers before that, but Halloween really amplified that. And then we were introduced to this new killer, Michael Myers. Michael Myers, known as the Shape, because he was the boogeyman. He was the Shape. It was no man. It was just evil that was behind that. And he had such an iconic look. Like, every time I look at Jason, I'm like, yo, Jason don't scare me, okay? Jason annoys me more than anything else. Friday the 13th was never really my favorite. And of course, Freddy Krueger, I mean, that burnt look is very disfiguring and horrifying, but it was something about that blank stare that came from the Michael Myers mask that it was. And for those who don't know, the Michael Myers mask was originally a William Shatner mask. For those who remember William Shatner from Star Trek.
Death, destruction, disease, horror. That's what war is all about.
They took his mask, cut out like wider eye holes, and just painted it white. And there you have the Michael Myers mask. Something that is so simple that really has been terrifying everybody for years. And even all the movies going up, there's like different masks for it. With, I think, Halloween, the first one, 6, H2O, and 2018 being the best ones. Where on the latter side, like Halloween 5, Halloween 4 not being the greatest. Oh, and the Rob Zombie Halloween. I don't know, something about that Rob Zombie Halloween I just did not like. We are introduced to Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode. Laurie Strode is the main girl in the Halloween series, and there is no Halloween without Laurie Strode. Even though they rebooted the franchise, there's like 6 different timelines in the Halloween franchise, but only the good ones have Laurie in them. Because I mean, Halloween Resurrection, it's just ugh.
You wanna fuck with me, fucker?
Man, quit playing with me, man. No, for real, don't play like that.
And then, of course, we can't do anything else without, because not only does it have the iconic killer and then the iconic protagonist, but it also has the iconic theme song. Every time you hear that Halloween theme song, you already can automatically know what it's already about. That song has been so iconic, and when it comes to Halloween, when it comes to scores and just the music, that tops everything. Like, I still think the greatest Halloween song is Thriller, but when it comes to that score, it's always Halloween, and Halloween is at the top of that. And the only thing, in my personal opinion, that came close to that, having that iconic song that you can automatically pinpoint that when I hear this song, I already know what franchise it goes to and what character it goes to, and that's the Hello Zep theme from Saw. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to review Halloween. I did a Halloween review years ago. I'm like, but no, it's time to freshen this up because this is the way I'm going to do it. Because I'm going to review the whole storyline of Halloween. Not the movies, just the first movie. What that means is I'm going to review Halloween from 1978 and Halloween 2 from 1981 because they happen at the same night. They're on the same night. So I figured, why just do Halloween when I could do Halloween 2? And then maybe maybe next year, or even if this does good and y'all request it, I can do the other Halloween movies. But right now, we're going to focus on Halloween and Halloween 2. So just like I did for the Jacksons, go back to part 1 and part 2. Well, this one we're going to talk about Halloween, and then come tomorrow, we're going to talk about Halloween 2. So, without any further ado, let's get up into this. We kick off the movie in 1963, and we have a point of view of somebody looking at this house. We don't necessarily know who was looking at the house, but we just see somebody's walking around the side of this house and looking through the windows of this house. As this person's looking through the house, we see this guy and this girl about to get in up on the couch. As they go upstairs to get ready to do the nasty, we see the guy come back downstairs. I mean, well, hold on. Damn, bruh. That was it? Bro, I know you went upstairs to tap that, but damn, you finished that quick? My man tapped out before the lights out. So we get the POV of the person picking up this clown mask that's on the ground, and then they go in there and they see this girl, and then the girl screams out Michael, and she's getting stabbed, and we still don't even know who this person is, but she gets killed. And as this person goes outside, we realize it's a 6-year-old kid.
Michael?
It's a 6-year-old kid, and the parents take off the mask, and this 6-year-old kid happens to be Michael Myers, and this is the start of what happened with Michael Myers. This pure evil goes there and kills, apparently, his sister. Now we jump to 1978, and now we see Dr. Loomis at Smith Grove Mental Institution, played by Donald Pleasance. Dr. Loomis was Michael Myers' therapist. As Loomis says that Michael hasn't said a word in 15 years, and he never wanted Michael to get out. And as they're driving up to Smith Grove, we see that somebody, all the mental patients are just walking around. Let me tell you something. Seeing that at nighttime in the rain and just seeing the mental patients walk around, I'm gonna tell you right now, my job is over that night because I don't want to go deal with this. I do not want nothing to do with this at all. As Loomis tries to get the gate open and the other nurse is sitting in the car, somebody leaps up on the back of their car. I was like, who is this guy? Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. The guy happens to be Michael Myers, and he goes and is trying to break into the car. He does. As the nurse gets out, Michael Myers steals the car and drives off. You heard me right. Michael Myers gets in the car and drives off. Who the hell taught Michael how to drive?
You're asking the right questions.
Every time I see this movie, which is a lot by the way, I have this question. Who the hell taught Michael Myers how to drive? Michael Myers, a deranged killer, ain't said that in 15 years, but they say, you know what we gotta do? Let's go take Michael up and sit him in line for his PennDOT so he get his driver's license. Who took Michael to learn how to drive? Even Loomis is sitting there saying, like, who the hell taught Michael?
Sam Haddonfield is 150 miles away from here. Now, for God's sakes, he can't drive a car. He was doing very well last night. Maybe someone around here gave him lessons.
Now we're introduced to the character of Laurie, Jamie Lee Curtis, who is a high school student who does babysitting. Babysitting obviously was very popular back in the day. I mean, babysitting is still popular now. I mean, hell, I'm looking for a babysitter half the time. But the little kid, she babysits little Tommy Doyle. They're sitting there walking to school together, and they walk past Michael Myers' house. And then she said, oh, well, there's a little key that was there. She think that belongs to the house. So she goes up to put the key to the house, but then we see that in the house is Michael Myers, which now makes her the target. Like, yo, get off my house. Why are you on my steps? Michael said, all right, I got you. As she's walking down the street, Michael is just sitting there stalking her. And I mean, he walks right behind her. And I don't know, is it just my sixth sense? But I'm like, you can't feel that behind you? I'm like, yo, somebody looking at me right now. Like, somebody looking. Like, she don't feel none of that. It even comes to a point when Tommy's getting bullied at school, and the bullies push him on the pumpkin, and then one of the kids actually runs into Michael Myers. I'm just sitting here saying, bully or not, if this kid runs into Michael Myers, and he decides, I just see this tall figure with this mechanic suit on and this white mask, I'm just like, oh, you know what? That must be the teacher staff. Go call somebody for some help. I guess Michael don't want to harm the kids. Dr. Loomis sees that Michael killed the mechanic, took his uniform, and drove off as he sees the abandoned mechanic's truck out there in the field on his way to Haddonfield. As Lori and her friends are walking home, it's the usual cliche of the nerdy girl and the bad rebel girls. We're gonna smoke cigarette and not do drugs and not care about school.
I forgot my chemistry book.
So who cares? I always forget my chemistry book and my math book and my English.
As they're walking down the street, Lori sees this car pull up. Michael Myers comes around in the car and stalks them. Like, Michael is pulling up to them like he's looking for his Uber pickup. And I'm like, this scene always, for some reason, I know they make it creepy by playing the song and everything, but for some reason, every time I see this scene, it makes me laugh. Like, have y'all ever seen somebody on social media put this song, like what Michael Myers is listening to when he drives by? That knife is on the dashboard just rattling. As Lizzie walks into her house, Annie and Lori are walking down the street, and then Lori sees Michael standing off of some bushes, and then pips up behind the bushes.
I'ma sneak through your window.
Okay, let me tell you how we are all going back to Lizzie's house. There's no way I'm walking forward after that. I don't care how long the trail of bushes is. We're not walking forward. We're gonna be in Lizzie's house until pickup, until somebody figures out how they come out to work and pick us up. And that's all Michael does. He has been stalking Lori throughout the whole day. Okay, and I'm just like, yeah, look, sis, you not seeing things. Get some help. It's time to babysit the Doyles now. It's time to babysit Tommy Doyle. And then Andy picks up Lori as they go, but we realize she runs to her dad, who is the sheriff. And he says that a Halloween store has been broken into, some mask, rope, stuff that has been taken. I mean, I don't know, red flag. Is anything going off in these people's minds? Loomis makes it back to Haddonfield and explains to the sheriff that, hey, Michael's coming and he wants to hit this town. I feel sorry for this town, but we got to get him. And he's actually giving the man to the sheriff, and the sheriff's like, hold up, bro, doctor. But no, Loomis is there, and he says, and he goes and investigates that, hey, this is Michael's house, so if he's coming back, he's going to be coming back here, so I'm going to sit here and wait for him. Meanwhile, Michael like, well, you can wait, but Michael been playing games with Loomis the whole time, too, while he was here. He was like, hey,
Got you, bitch.
Annie is babysitting another little girl, I forgot her name offhand, across the street while Lori is babysitting Tommy. Michael is going to stalk Annie first. That's his first target. And like I said, it may just be the black in me, but the amount of doors that's open, it's like that when it's dark, no light, stuff like that. I'm like, nah, bro. No, we not doing that in my house. But first is to go, as Michael Myers is standing outside stalking Andy, family dog is barking at Michael. Hold on real quick. Let me give y'all a PSA.
The following announcement has been paid for by the
Nerd Coalition. When it comes to things in life, when it comes to things that can be threatening, or that's a threat, or even in horror movies, or whatever the case may be, there are two things you should be listening to. The animals and the kids. Do not disregard what is happening when the dog is barking at something very vigorously, or when the kid is screaming and saying they see something outside. I think it's your chance to actually listen to it. We as adults have to do a little bit better. This is a PSA by Mr. A&E and the Nerd Coalition to say, use logic, people.
preceding announcement has been been paid for by the
Nerd Coalition. Michael gets tired of the dog barking at him, and then he takes the dog out.
Damn shame what they did to that dog.
Andy brings a little girl over to Lori to watch her, like to double the job. She ain't getting time and a half of this to go back and get some nookie. But as she returns, Michael kills her in the car. Now, Tommy Doyle happens to look out the window and sees Michael carrying the lifeless body of Andy into the house. And he's screaming at Lori that he see the boogeyman, but the boogeyman ain't out there. Once again, Lori, red flag. Meanwhile, Lindsay and whoever she messing with decides to come over where Andy is at, and then they will sit there and just going to have sex in that person's house. I don't even know if they didn't sit there and figure out, like, where the hell is Andy at? Well, after sex, Michael takes care of them, stabbing my homeboy up to the wall, even admiring his work that he did. Like, damn, I'm good. He even comes in there dressed like a ghost with my man's glasses. Like, this this is some shady petty shit. Goes in there and starts messing with his girlfriend, and then starts choking her with the phone cable as she's on the phone with Lori. And I don't know if Lori can understand what the sound of choking is or what the sound of sex is, but you know what? It doesn't matter, because the two things can be true. Well, as the kids are down, Lori decides to go over and check on her friends, and she walks across the street in a very dark house, wondering, like, she don't hear nobody over there. As she keeps looking, she does eventually see that all her friends are dead, and Andy is in the bed with Judith Myers' tombstone that Michael Myers went to the cemetery and just picked up. I'm just saying, do you know how hard it is to remove a tombstone? But my man said, I don't need no shovel, nothing. Let me just take this and take this up out here. I got games to play. Really, Michael? And that's when we get the first reveal of Michael coming out the shadows. Goes and stabs Lori, but it catches her shirt, and Lori, foot over head, falls over the banister and falls down the steps. I mean, this is believable when you step back when you fall over the steps. It's not like it's unbelievable as like roundhousing yourself outside a ring and breaking your back. We get that iconic shot of Michael at the top of the stairs as he's walking down. Lori runs and escapes the house. The one thing I liked about Halloween that no other movie, the slasher movie, has ever really perfected is, you know, when doors are locked, cars are not starting up. You're like it's a coincidence because we're in a horror movie. No, Michael's just like, no, I'm trapping you in here. He had to rake up against the door so Lori could not get out. He locked doors, he slashed tires, he does this so you can't get out. I think that's genius. Lori makes it over to Tommy Doyle's house as she yells for Tommy to open the door. Tommy takes his sweet ass time coming down and comes in. But once again, we're in the 70s, everybody's door is open. She sees that Michael Myers slipped through another door, where Michael tries to stab her again, but she stabs him with a crochet pick. And for some reason, I don't know why Lori thinks that Michael is done, even though he got the Family Guy leg out and everything. I don't know why she thinks this is done. She goes and tells the kids, was at the boogeyman, like, to go hide, but now this shot scared me the most. Like, seeing the kids scream, we look up and he's like right there, like down the hallway. Like, if he ran, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying, for all of y'all. She tells the kids to go hide in one closet while she goes hide in another closet, where we get the infamous scene of Michael Myers crashing through the closet to try to get Lori, but she stabs him in the eye with a hanger. That had to hurt. Michael goes down, and Lori tells all the kids to go out and go, basically go to the neighbor's house and call 911. Meanwhile, as that happens, Loomis is walking around the neighborhood because Michael ain't back yet. What the hell taking Michael so long? He's walking around looking for Michael. He sees the kids coming out. He says, "Oh, that he must be over there." Meanwhile, Lori's sitting there on the wall, and then Michael does the famous sit-up and look over. This has been the infamous horror sit-up that even replicated in WWE with Undertaker and Kane. For those who don't know, because I'm a wrestling guy, for those who don't know, Kane, the original Kane character from '97, was based off Michael Myers' character. That's why he does a lot of Michael Myers' traits of personalities in his matches, especially in that first year. Lori is getting choked by Michael Myers, but she pulls off his mask. The first time we ever in these series actually get kind of like a little bit of a shot of Michael Myers' face. And then Loomis is in there and blasts Michael Myers.
Got you, bitch!
But then he ain't done. Loomis comes in there as Michael's just staring at him and shoots him 6 times. And Michael falls off the balcony. And Lori asks, "Was that the boogeyman?" And Loomis says,
"As a matter of fact, it was."
As he goes check for the body is gone. And the infamous music starts, and then we just get flashes of everything. And that is Halloween 1978. That's how it was supposed to be. That's how it was supposed to end, because it was supposed to be no continuation to this story at all. We were supposed to get an anthology series about different horror stories taking place on Halloween. But Halloween made so much money at the box office. It was such a success. They said, we got to do Halloween 2. We got to do Halloween 2. And they said, okay. Well, John Carpenter came back and tried to figure out the writing of a script for it, and that's when we're going to get into Halloween 2, basically known as Halloween the Hospital, because it happens in the same night. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Halloween Part 2 in the next part. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you guys enjoyed the retro movie experience. But stay tuned for Part 2 of Halloween.